guys, welcome back and thanks for taking the time to join me. Hope everybody's keeping well, doing the best. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you a wee Irish shrimp style pattern, and the one that I'm going to today is called the Faughan purple shrimp. Now it's originally first tied by Albert Atkinson, but I'm going to show you how I put it together. Now the hook and device is a partridge paintweight double in black nickel, size 10. The thread that I'm going to use to tie the fly just to start with is the uni thread 801 white, because this is just a slight variant, but I'll explain as we go along. Now just going to come in and get my thread started a couple of mil behind the eye of the hook. Just run on 4 or 5 mil of thread, come in and remove the waste tag of thread. Then on the way down we're going to catch in our tag and our ribbon material, which is just an oval gold tinsel, and this is an oval gold tinsel that I'm using to show you the spool, and a size 14. So just going to catch this in underneath the shank of the hook, and then just run our thread down until your thread sort of way in line or just slightly past the points of the hooks. Should be grand. Then we're going to come round with 4 turns of the oval gold tinsel. On the last turn, bring it up and in between the 2 hooks. Now this locks in your tag at the back. So a couple of turns to catch that in. Then we'll come in and trim away the waste. Then we'll work our thread back, tied up against the oval gold tinsel tag. Now the tail is going to be a golden pheasant red breast feather. Now you want I like a decent tail and Irish shrimp style pattern, so I'm just going to offer this up, just have a length, have a look, just offer it up to the hook, just exposing the tip. Come around with a couple of turns to catch in your tip, then fold the tip of the hackle back, working your thread back up over the tip and the hackle, nice and tight. Just bring my thread up to the eye just to give me room to work, and come in and trim away the tip of the hackle. Then we're looking just to fold these back and do one turn in front of the other. Sometimes the fibres will catch when you're winding the hackle. Don't worry about it, because we can sort that out. Now I've got a way of using the full hackle, so I'm just bringing my thread back into position, just following that round the thread to catch in the stem of the hackle. Now I'm just keeping the stem of the breast feather sort of way on my side, working up around about the halfway point, keeping my thread tight. Can break away the stem. That's how you know that's tied in correctly, if you're able to break stuff away. Then on the way back down we'll catch in another length of our oval gold tinsel in size 14. I think a size 14 is equivalent to a small and a uni. Catching it in underneath. And working my thread back down. Just catching a wee fibre there. When I'm bringing my thread down here, I'm not tying up on top of the hackle, it's just right down tight against the hackle. If you tie up onto the hackle, you'll just create a lump in your body, and it'll not look great for you. Now the body can be yellow floss, yellow dubbing, anything yellow. I'm going to use the glow bright floss. I suppose this is where a variant, but we're just sort of sticking with the same colour combinations. Now this is a glow bright floss number 10 that I'm using in the yellow. I've just doubled it over and then just working my thread forward, tying that in, just trying to keep everything as smooth as I can. Then we're going to come up with our glow bright floss, just in sort of way touching turns. There, follow that around with our thread, a couple of turns will catch that in, come in and trim away the waste. Then we'll bring up our oval gold tinsel. You're looking 3 turns or so up the body to there. Follow that around with your thread. 2 or 3 turns will catch that in. Come in and trim away the oval gold tinsel. Just have a wee check, see what way we're sitting. Yep, that's grand. Just bring our thread back up into position at this point. Mid hackle is usually an orange cock hackle. This is an orange hen hackle that I'm using now. When you want to tie it in by the tip, you'll see me doing this before. But if you're new to the videos, you just want to try and keep it simple. You don't need to overcomplicate fly tying. Just stroke the fibres back, just hold the tip of the feather, stroke the fibres back to reveal the tip, and you're just looking to create a dare shape in August, a Christmas tree type shape. Now, you can tie it in by the tip, like that, and then fold it back. Or, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, just stroke the fibres back the same way, reveal your tip, come in, trim the tip away, and just leave yourself a wee tan-in tag, if you like, at the top. And then just come around with your thread turn, your fibre there, pull that back, and just tie in your hackle. Now, if you tie it in with the tip and you fold it back, it's really just a belts and braces job. The hackle will break before it pulls out, and if a hackle pulls out on you, then a fly, it hasn't been tied in right. Now, just to there, that's going to be plenty, because this is a hen hackle. I don't want the excess fibres, so we'll just work on the thread through to catch in the stem. A couple of turns now, keep your thread tight. So at this stage I want to strip off any excess fibres that's on the stem, and then I'm going to work my thread forward. And just forget everything else at this point, don't worry. Just work your thread forward. Watch the length of the second part of the body, and you can break away the stem. Now there's a couple of wee ends, which there is here. Just come in, no big deal, just trim those away. Right, we'll get a look at our mid hackle before we bring our thread back down. Before we head back down the way, we'll catch in another length of our oval gold tinsel for the rib at the front. Just catch it in there, bring the oval gold in underneath, and then just work your thread back down. Right, you get back down, just come in, just sweep back your hackle, tied up against the hackle, much like the same, like the rear. Don't be tying up onto it, just if you can, and the more you tie these, the better you'll become, guys. That's it without a doubt. Just bring it up tight against the mid hackle. Now the front body, same again, use a purple dubbing, purple seals fur, purple floss. This is the Glow Bright floss number 15. If I'm honest, this is more like a violet than a deep purple. So I've just doubled it over again, just pulling it in sort of way the length, working my thread forward, tying that in to there, and then we're just going to come around with our Glow Bright floss 15 and just work this forward nice and tight, touching turns. Now this is where some people will ask me, where does the purple come in? This is where it becomes the purple shrimp. But there's another pattern that's unique to the river Faughan, but it's used on the foil system, which is tied with a purple hackle. Now we've worked up our floss, so now we're going to bring up our oval gold tinsel, same like the rear. 3 turns on the front body. Follow this around with your thread. 3 turns is plenty. Come in, trim away the waste of the oval gold tinsel. Bring your thread back up. Now at this point the head on it's black. So I'm going to come in and change over to the uni thread 801 black, and we're just going to simply come straight in and just tie up over the top of the white. Now, trim away, just push my black tang thread out of the way, come in and trim the waist piece of the black and the white tang thread off. Now the front hackle can be a red cock or a wren head hackle. This is a red cocked hackle, and I've chosen this just because of the nice deep red that's in it. Now we're just going to stroke the fibres back the same way we did for the mid hackle. You're just looking to create that shape again. Okay, but this time we're going to tie it in at the tip instead of trimming the tip off. So we're going to tie it in there. One turn will hold it, then come in, stroke back your tip of your hackle, and then work your thread back up over the top. Then you can come in and you can break away the stem. Now, to help you to get the fibres of the hackle to sit back, you can just come in with your edge of your scissors and just stroke back the fibres of the hackle. That'll just help to get them to sit back, as you can see there. Then the turns of the cock hackle, well, that's up to you. That's how you like to dress them, how you like to fish them. It's always a personal preference, fly time, and each of us will have our own ideas and styles and all this sort of thing. So 3 turns is going to be plenty for me. To there. Just bring it up, follow this around with my thread. Get a couple of tight turns in. Now usually I would fold the stem back, but on this occasion it's just too thick, so we're just going to come in and trim away the stem, and then just sweep anything that wants to go forward back. Another couple of turns of thread in, and then bring your thread back up tight against the front hackle. Now we're looking grand, it's looking the business. We're just going to finish off with some jungle cock. We've just got 2 eyes here on my desk. That's in there. Just going to get them sort of way lined up the best we can. Stroke back the rubbish that we don't need. Offer these up to the hook now. Just use the eye as the divider. Put them up on top on the length that you like. Just holding them onto the hook. Round with a couple of loose turns, just to see what way we're sitting. Just have a wee check. Make sure the jungle cock's the length, which it is. I'm happy enough with. So I'm going to hold the 2 eyes, tighten up with thread turns going down towards the eye of the hook. Then just simply come in, just keeping your thread tight, don't let it go. Just fold the stems of the jungle cock back, and then work your thread back up over the top. Now we'll just take this opportunity to build the head up a wee tiny bit, just a wee bit smaller. Now keeping your thread tight, straight in and break away the stems of the jungle cock. Then come straight in and throw in a whip finish. Just going to shape this head a wee tad here. Just to there. Pull your thread tight. Come in and trim away your tan thread. Now that's you done. So first coat onto the head, as always. With most of my flies, it's just a wee tiny drop of super glue. Just onto the head, mind you. You don't want this going into your dressing. It'll just ruin the pattern on you. Right the whole way right round. And then once that dries, guys, I'll come in and put on a couple of coats of varnish just to seal everything up. And there's one that I had to get asked to tie. Now you can see the difference in that one. I need to get a wee clip to show us. And this one is tied with all hen. That's tied with the whole hen hackle. These young cockeyes just split on us there, and that's tied with a cock, and you can see the different colour in the reds there. So like, tie a few of those up. As always, hopefully they can catch you a few fish. Hopefully you're enjoying the videos. I really appreciate everybody who's subscribed to the channel, and if you haven't subscribed, thanks for taking the time to watch the video. I hope you are all doing plenty of fishing, and until next time, please stay safe and tight lines, guys. Thank you.